What should we take away from this film?
My hope is that what you take from this film is a value of life and a respect for people who have not been very respected by my country, and they deserve it.
What did you take away from making this film?
Shooting in the snow was a ridiculous proposition, and I don't want to do it again.
Sheriff's office.
I need emergency assistance.
What's your location?
The Wind River Indian Reservation.
I'm Jane Vanner, FBI.
Welcome to Wyoming. You by yourself?
It's just me.
That's Corey Lambert. He's the one who found the body.
This is a homicide. They have 6 officers to cover an area the size of Rhode Island. Maybe you can help.
I only know what the tracks say.
What is it that you do again?
I hunt predators.
So why don't you come hunt one for me then?
At the end of the film it says in the text that when a Native American woman disappears, there's hardly ever a missing report. Is that
There are no statistics that are kept for the number of Native American women missing. That's accurate.
Is that also what sort of started the film for you?
It's a culmination. It's an explanation of what started it. What started it for me was friends of mine, a number of friends of mine who lived on the reservation and had lived on the reservation, had family members that were victims of this kind of violence, and it seemed so common. It seemed such a common theme that I began investigating it, and when I realized just how common it was and how unknown this issue was, it made me really angry. And generally for me, when I get angry, I write about it.
Yeah, you wrote the scripts for Sicario and Hell or High Water. You often combine genre and social criticism. Is
Yes.
that a way to reach as many people as possible?
I think so. I think it's a good way. Here's the thing. To write a movie that's socially aware, if that's your goal, you may achieve that goal, but maybe the movie's not entertaining. At the end of the day, cinema must be entertaining first. So I try to find a way to make films that are entertaining, that are riveting to an audience, then have something to say.
Over here, see this one? See how the toes turned out? The front is much deeper than the back. That's it, she's running. Come here, I'll show you. She ran until she dropped here. See the pool of blood where her face hit the snow. Now it gets 20 below here at night. So if you fill your lungs up with that cold air when you're running, you can freeze them up. Your lungs fill up with blood. You start coughing it up. So wherever she came from, she ran all the way here. Her lungs burst here. She curled up in that tree line and drowned her own blood.
Well, how far do you think someone could run barefoot out here?
Oh, I don't know. How do you gauge someone's will to live, especially in these conditions? But I knew that girl. She's a fighter. So no matter how far you think she ran, I can guarantee you she ran further.
I don't think I've ever seen a crime thriller with this many tears in it. Real tears, but nonetheless. Why was it so important to tell those stories as well?
Well, one of the reasons is, we see all these crime thrillers and no one cries and there are no tears. And I didn't understand that because when there's been death in my life, it's a devastating thing. And I think that in a lot of ways, cinema has desensitized an audience to certain events and tragedies, certainly desensitized an audience to gun violence. And I wanted to do the opposite. I wanted to resensitize an audience.
Yeah. We're looking for Chip Hansen. Are you around?
Not here, bro.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm the FBI. Are you Sam?
No. You high right now, Sam? How many times have I arrested you?
Chief, what's up, bro?
Where's your brother? in prison were you put in? What, no parole? Well, look at that. The justice system at work.
That reminds me.
My PO told me to give you something. I got it. I got it right here.
Wait, let me see your hands. Let me.
In the harsh landscapes of Wyoming, there is no law. Like in the film.
No, you live in a place. It's a place where the rule of law gives way to the laws of nature, and you see man as a species at his most elemental, or her most elemental, and I'm fascinated by the idea of when there are no laws and you must set your own morality. What are you? Who are you?
Well,
when you're governing yourself.
In the film, it says there's just a man sitting opposite you.
Yeah.
But is that vengeance is mine, saith Taylor Sheridan? Yes.
Yeah, maybe a little.